Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Stitching with the Dachshund. I'm Sherry, and today is Friday, May 11th. I'd like to say hi to all my subscribers, faithful followers who come back week after week to see what silliness happens here on my channel. I will be looking over here a lot because that's where my notes are, and I kind of wanted to tell you about a lot of things, so I don't want to leave anything out. First off, I want to show you what I got. I went to an estate sale. My friends have a online auction, and they do estate sales. He's an auctioneer. I love you, yes. She just had a bath, so she's kind of chilly, so I've got to wrap that. And so we went over there. I wound up getting a kitchen table out of it, which is old and woody, and I loved it. But anyway, because y'all know how much I love bees. Okay, wait for it. Here it is. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing? Got a little lid to take off. You got your little thing right there. I loved it. I was like, it's got to go home with me. So, I don't drink honey in my tea, and I don't really drink honey in anything, but I had to have this. I won't really put honey in it, but I had to share it with you because I love it. Gotta give it some loves. Gotta share loves. But anyway, so first thing I want to talk to you about is I went to Needleworks. My L&S, it is actually one city over, but it's still not that long of a trek for me to go. And you know, I don't have a car at my disposal at all times, so Monday, my son had an appointment at the college he's getting ready to go to. He's signed up to be in aviation school. He's the one that just got out of the Marines actually a year ago. May 22nd, we picked him up. And so he's been working and getting ready to go to school. So he starts an 09 class May 18th, and then in June he starts regular school. So he's pretty excited, but he had to go down and do some things, and that college is in Coppers Cove. It's called CTC. And I said, well, you're that close to the needleworker shop. I need to pick up my Krynick that I left from the Nativity, the one that looks like the illuminated manuscript, but it's called the Nativity. I had been there twice before and had not picked it up yet. I just hadn't. I wasn't in any rush for it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go pick it up. And while you're at your class, I'm going to go spend some time with Trixie. Hey, Trixie, how you doing? What's up? Got all that fabric straightened out yet? So anyway, on Monday, I went and got my Krynick. I don't know if I got anything else, but sit and talked with Trixie and actually stitched with her a little bit, and I had a really good time. And then he came back, and he was so sweet. He said, I'm going to go down and get a drink and let you just stitch some more if you want to, Mom. And I was like, okay. You know, so he went away and got a drink and some fries or something down at the store, and came back a little bit later, and I let him take me home so he wouldn't have to, so he can get some other stuff done. He had bought one of his textbooks, so he's kind of excited about looking at the textbook. So while I was there, I was working on the Antique Celtic Sampler, Here There Be Monsters. And I said in my previous video that they had put one of the threads underneath the counter in case I needed it. So I asked Trixie, I said, do you think I'm going to have enough to finish this? And we were both like, well, it's kind of cutting it close. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll be back on Saturday, which I'll talk about that in just a minute. So I'll just pick that other one up on Saturday if I need it. Well, that's just fine and dandy. But Monday night, guess what? I knew I would need it. I was down to just a few strands. So my daughter calls me on Tuesday and says, I want to get off y'all's cell phone plan and maybe look at getting me a new phone or something. Her phone wasn't working right. And I said, but she needed me because my name's on the account, and they won't tell her any information about the account without me. So I said, okay, I'll make a deal with you. You come get me, and then we'll go to Coppers Cove so I can pick up my Colorworks, and I'll take you out for lunch. And that's what happened. So I went back on Tuesday, picked up my Colorworks, one little skein of thread, and went on and picked up my fabric for my May piece, my May series, and because I finished April, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So I got to go Monday and Tuesday to the needleworker shop called Needleworks, and talk to some people and just have some good time, and I really enjoyed that. Why am I going back on Saturday? Because there's a group, they have a Facebook page, and they are called Austin Snarky Stitch, And it's just a group of women who stitch, and they meet on Saturdays at different places and stitch. And I have not yet been able to make one of those, but I really do want to go down and stitch with them. But they're making a trip up to Needleworks Saturday. And they were like, hey, if you want to meet us, we're going to be there. And I was like, well, of course I want to meet you. So I'm going back on Saturday. I've got some things that I'll need. I think they're coming like early afternoon, so I'll probably get down there a little bit early and get the stuff I need so I can spend the time talking, because I'm a pro at that. I would say expert. Yeah, I'm an expert at talking. I can do it a lot. So anyway, going back on Saturday, I'm sure there'll be a lot of retreat talk, because that's who's putting on the retreat that I'm going to in July. And a lot of people's been asking a lot of questions about it, and I posted a picture of it the other day on my last video. So if you're interested, you can go back and freeze it, and you can read the information on the sheet. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, I've posted it on Instagram. However, the shop is called Needleworks, and the phone number is, ready, 254-542-6335. If you're interested, give them a call. They will answer your questions and tell you what you need to do. So I'm super excited about heading up to the retreat in July. Still don't know if my husband's going yet, but we'll see. So, yep, I talked about all that. Oh, I tell you that when I went on Monday, Trixie was reorganizing and straightening up all the fabric in the shop. And if you've never been to Needleworks, you need to go if you're in the area or close to the area. They've got a wide variety of fabric, and it's really, really cool just to go look at it. And Trixie was organizing it, and it was like, and it showed me a few of them. She goes, wouldn't this be pretty? Wouldn't this be pretty? I'm like, yeah, it would. I really want that, and I really want that, and I really want that. But we'll have to wait and see. I have a project to put on it. I don't have a big stash. Don't have room for a stash. Which brings me to no room. This will probably be the last Flosstube video that I film in my office, because it is no longer going to be my office. It's going to be Sarah's room, because Sarah, as you know, was going to buy a house. Well, that fell through because the people that were selling it didn't want to do any of the you're driving me nuts. Didn't want to do any of the repairs needed, and it needed quite a few. And they are just hoping, I'm assuming they're just hoping that someone's going to come in there with cash and just buy it as is. But no bank's going to give you a loan for all the things that needed to be fixed up in the house. So she came to visit me, and she told me it fell through. And I was like, well, you know, what are you going to do now? And she says, well, let me ask your opinion. She said, should I look to buy another house? Or should I go back to school? And I said, I'm your mother. I'm going to tell you to go back to school. And she said, well, if I go back to school, can I move back in? I was like, well, as long as you're in school and working towards something, I have no problem with that. She's going to pay rent, though. But, yeah, she's going to move back in, go to school. I can't think of the name of what she said. Anyway, it deals with facial, clearing your face up, helping reduce wrinkles, things like that. Esthetician, I think is what it is. Because she's already a massage therapist, so she wants to be an esthetician, and it's like a 9-month course. So who knows how long she'll actually be here, but it's in Austin, which is an hour drive. So I don't know. But she's a go-getter, and once she made that decision, she started looking into and figuring out what she needed to do. So I will have to find another place to film my videos, which ain't no problem. I'm at home alone most of the time, so I could do it at the kitchen table or back where I was in the front room when I first started. Somewhere like that. But no problem. So I'm really happy and excited that Sarah is going back to school, even though I have to give up my office. I'm super excited about her. Let me see. Oh, let me tell you what I did. I'm going to load another video. It won't be titled Flosstube, but I told you in previous videos that I do some of my cooking videos, and I hadn't got around to it yet. And the reason is because my phone does not want to talk to this computer. And it'll tell me there's nothing to download. There's no videos and there's no pictures, and there are videos and pictures. And I've did all the self-help. I did everything I need to do, but it's still not talking. So I don't know what to do next, except to get someone who might know what they're doing to help me. So what was I talking about? Oh, so that's why the videos hadn't been uploaded. But on my last video, when I talked about my sourdough starter, and the lady at the fair I got a comment from Melanie Smith from Yarns and Threads, and her husband is a big sourdough person, has starter, and takes care of them and cooks with them. And we had a couple talk back and forth for a minute, and she said that he actually had an oatmeal raisin coconut sourdough cookie recipe. And I said, good Lord, I'd die to have that. Well, okay, maybe not die, but I'd love to have that. And so they wind up sending it to me, and I printed it off, and I cooked it Wednesday because we were having our Cooks Guild meeting Wednesday night. And there's no cookies left, so they were obviously very good. People did enjoy them and said they did enjoy them, and they're, of course, really surprised all the time about that it's sourdough in there. And I tell people, sourdough doesn't necessarily mean sour. It's actually just wild yeast starter. That's all it is. How long and what you do with it determines the sourness of it. So I made a video making those cookies, and it's not every step. Oh, my nose itches. Okay. But I cut as few down as I could so that it's not extremely long video. And I'm actually working on getting it ready to upload too, so I'll probably try to upload these about the same time. And in that one too, I'll show you how I feed my sourdough. So if you're interested in that, that's coming up soon. I got a new mic for my computer, and I'm hoping it sets up on top of my laptop, and you can set it where it's one person, or you can do another setting where there's other people, and just catches more of what they're saying. Because in my previous videos when my husband and my daughter was in them, you sometimes couldn't hear what they were saying, and sometimes I hold things up and then you can't hear me, or I turn around. So I'm hoping that this mic will do better. We'll see, because it's the first time I'm using it. It wasn't that expensive. It's kind of cool looking up there. I look all professional, but I'm hoping it does a good job for me. I gotta tell you what I have found, and I am absolutely enjoying it. As you know, 2 weeks ago I went on the keto diet, and I think I'm looking at myself in the computer, and it seems like my face is thinner. I'll tell you, my butt ain't no thinner, but you know, my face is probably thinner. But anyway, when I went on it, it is high protein. It's got fats in it, and it's got lots of vegetables and a few fruits, so it's a little bit more balanced than like the Atkins. And so I'm like, I'll try it. You know, Sarah's doing it now, Robert's doing it with me. The hard thing was I had to give up my sodas. I had to give up my ambrosia, my Big Red, the love of my life. Oh, sorry, Robert. Big Red was there first. No, but I had to give that up. And I drink all sugar soda. I didn't drink diet soda because, and let me tell you why. A few years back, my hands started acting like they were arthritic. I couldn't crochet. I couldn't write. I couldn't hold Robert's hands. I couldn't stand up and put my hands down. They hurt so bad. And then I read an article about the artificial sweeteners in diet sodas and what they do to you. And I was like, that's interesting. So I quit drinking diet soda, and with a couple of days of getting off diet soda, my hands were back to normal. I can crochet again. I can write again. I can hold his hand. I can push on them without them hurting. And I couldn't even have done, you know, like where you set your hand on something that would have hurt just so bad. So I didn't want to give up sodas, so I said, well, I'll just drink 1, maybe 2 sodas a day. Well, I'm an addicted soda drinker. I drink my Cokes. I love my Cokes. So I had to give them up. So I went through the headache, but I got over that. But I could only drink water, and I was so upset because I hate water, because I always had my soda and my mocha. And so I got online. I was like, what drinks can you drink with this keto diet? And they gave you a list of stuff you could drink, and they even gave you a recipe for hot chocolate, which is like, I can do mocha with hot chocolate. I can do this. So what I found, and this is just the Dasani version of it, but it is a water enhancer. And there's Mio, there's Walmart has their brand, HEB has their brand, there's a Sure brand, and that's one that they actually recommended. But I bought a couple of all of them to try them. But none of them were bad at all. But they come in a variety of flavors, and this just happens to be my favorite flavor, orange pomegranate. It is so delicious. and you squirt it in your water, and you drink it, and it's delicious. So I'm not missing my sodas as much. And then I learned how to make the mochas using almond milk or coconut milk, and you can even do half and half or heavy cream because you got to have fat in this diet. And so I make me a mocha every night, or if I get cold, I make a mocha. So I've got it with me today in my Texas mug, or Yeti cup, whatever you want to call it. My husband made that. I think I've showed that before. I love this. Love it. I can still put it in the cup holder. It is marvelous. So, let me see. Did I cover it all? Oatmeal cookies. Excited about the retreat. I'm going on Saturday to meet the Awesome Snarky Stitchers. All that fun stuff. So, let's move into what you're actually here. I'm a little over today. Usually I do 13 minutes. I just yammered on for 15. So, let's move into stitching. Daisy, you're going to have to go right here. Rest on my lap. There you go. There you go, big girl. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you are my finishes, and I do have a few, or two. I have two, not a few. First one is going to be April. There we go. I'll put it up against me so you can see it. I'm going to tell you that I really, really enjoyed stitching this one. Those purple flowers are made of 2 threads of purple. It's just lovely, and I love the fabric that it came on. It's aquatic something, I don't know, but I enjoyed it. When I started stitching on it, I couldn't stop. I just wanted to finish it, and then I was like, oh no, I don't have May's. What am I going to do? I couldn't go right into May, but I was actually going to start this for Mania, but I started it before Mania, so it really doesn't count. So anyway, so April, done in the done pile. And when I look at the ones I've done so far, and they're folded up, waiting for me to figure out what I'm going to do with them, I look at all the pretty colors that I've chosen, and I'm really excited about the colors that I've chosen for all of these. Now, the second finished, I'm thrilled about. Because if you remember, I wanted this pattern for a very long time. Needleworks ordered it for me. So I waited to get it. And she got it in right around the same time all the retreat stuff came in. I think she got it at retreat, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it came in, and I knew that I wanted to do this. I didn't want to do it like the pictured, though. I wanted to do monochromatic. I wanted one color. I'd seen some others like that, and I was like, that's what I want to do. It's beautiful that way. It's beautiful this way too, but I really liked it the other way. So 12 o'clock, midnight, May 1st, I stayed up so I could actually start it because I was that thrilled about starting this piece. So I started it on May 1st. I couldn't put it down at all. You can ask my husband. It was like I was obsessed with it and just wanted to keep stitching it. So this was finished on May 10th. So started May 1st, finished it on May 10th. And I'm telling you, I love it. Of course, you can't really, it's kind of true, but there's, unless you see it in person, it's just, it blows you away. Everybody I show them to, they're like, oh my God. And I was at Needleworks because I went into Needleworks and I said, all I know is that I want to do this in monochromatic. I don't know what color that I want to do, and I don't know what fabric I want to do. It's got to talk to me. So I took my husband, who has a real artistic eye, as you know, and said, your job today is to pick out the fabric. Where he picked this out, and it is called, it's 28 count Celtic, Relic Cashel. Isn't it gorgeous? It just looks ancient. I love it. And the thread is Threadworks, and Threadworks had a number, so, but it is a burgundy, variegated, and I don't know if you can really tell on the dragon, or on the monster. It just turned out lovely. I cannot wait. This is like the illuminated manuscript. I can't wait to get it in a frame and get it on the wall. I loved it. Everybody so far is loving the color choices. So I went to Needleworks. He picked out the fabric, and actually he picked out this one. He picked out another one, and I absolutely loved the other one too. It was a burgundy color, and I actually wrote down the name of it. Trixie wrote down the name of it for me so that because I'm going to put something on that. I don't know what, but something's going to go on it. I'm hoping something similar to this. But anyway. So I went over to the thread thing and I was picking out some samples and everything, and I took it to the table and I laid it all out, and it was unanimous by the time we looked at it all that it was that color. So thank you, Needleworks. Thank you, Trixie. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for the stitchers that were there helping me. I think we made a most wonderful decision, and I know that I love it. I know that. Oh, my nose. You know how that is. It just doesn't itch and doesn't itch, and then all of a sudden I'm filming, it's going to itch. So those are my finishes, and I'm super excited about being able to share them with you. My whips. My Battle of Hastings, not one stitch in it, because I couldn't get away from that. It happens. So I'll get to this, but I decided that between that, since I was so obsessed with getting that done, that I might get as obsessed with this. So I'm going to do a smaller one in between before I pick this back up. So Battle of Hastings, got my little horsey. Can't wait to work a little bit more on this. It's in wool. It's fun. I'm really enjoying that. My throat's a little dry, so let me help me out here. Alright, other whip. You've all seen it. Basket of Eggs. Shakespeare's Peddler. When she showed this on her YouTube video, I was like, I want that. So I told the shop before retreat, I want that, so that I'd make sure I'd have it. So this is where I am at on it. I started it last night. Got me some eggs going. You see that one blue one's a half one because the end popped out after I got it finished. I was like, I just must have cut it too short or something. I don't know what happened. So I just took it out for a little bit and, you know, ran the thread back under it and just got her going there, put a few stitches in there and even that out. So there's my eggs. That's where I'm at on it. Got the basket to do. It is really stitching up really quick, and I'm enjoying it. Kitten Stitcher is her YouTube. If you go see her, she's Shakespeare's Peddler, and she's the one that designed this. She actually has a lot that I want to get, but I'm going to try to clear out some of these. She's got one, and I can't think of the needle. It's where you honor your broken needles, and I want that one really bad. I'll get it. It'll come to me sooner or later. I'm not worried about it. So like I said, I wanted my May to keep going with my series. So this is what May is supposed to look like. And this is a free pattern. Nobody freak out. Free pattern. It's all over the place. And I wanted to keep with the color realm of like the pretty colors. And this looked, it's a pink. And it looked better the day I picked it out. But now that I've got it at home, I'm not so sure I'm digging on it as much. So I might go back on Saturday and, I don't know, look for a different one. But hey, I've got it. And even if I use it, or if I don't use it, I have it. And if I don't use it for this, I'll just use it for something else. No big deal there. But once I look at all those and they're all so colored, I'm like, I just want something vibrant. And we'll have to see. Oh, I was going to say, Trixie, in case you watch this one, she says she subscribed, so we'll see. This is 30 count. She knows, every time I go in there, she knows it's 28 count. But this is 30 count, and I'm digging it. I'm doing okay on it. So I might have to try me some more 30 count. So when next time I come in, 30 count. So, let me see what else. We got that. Basket of Eggs. I'm going to keep my, other than buying the Kreinik and the fabric, then I really didn't buy anything. However, I was given some couple things for Mother's Day. So one is my daughter back here gave me this, and it says Happy Stitching. She cute, and it's spelled with like I spell stitching with the dachshund. So what her plan was to put it in this. Look at this. It's on wheels. It zips. It's got all these compartments. And so she was going to put the flowers in there, so when I opened it, but they kind of squished when she put them in there, so she didn't want to. So that was my Mother's Day present from Sarah. And she wanted to give me that because for the retreat, she said, Mom, you can just put your stuff in the mornings when you go down and just wheel it and then you got to carry it. And I was like, you know what, that's so sweet. She thought of me like that. So that's my daughter, flowers, and the rolling tote. Now, my son, he took me to the needleworker's shop. He knows that I've been wanting this for a very long time, and I told him it was under the counter. So he bought me, for Mother's Day, he bought me this. You can't beat this. You cannot beat this. So this was from James. That was from Sarah. So I'm just going to put this out there. Michael Fabian, you're behind the curve. Your brother and sister, I'll shine on you. Jump on it. Give me something. Don't disappoint me, Michael. Don't disappoint me. I love my Mikey. So anyway, that was my Mother's Day present. So, and I really haven't bought anything. Mother's Day, got all that. So let's move to the man cave. I'm going by pretty fast today. This is really okay because it'll load up faster. I'm really excited about this. I've shown this embroidered piece when it was finished, and I told you my idea that I wanted my husband to make a leather frame for it. Well, it's done. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's beautiful. It got a little tight here and here with the stitches, but it'll be okay. You can still see it's an E, so it's lovely. And this is a gift for our friend Shar, who lives in Oklahoma. And their wedding ceremony, they're already legally married, but the wedding ceremony is in October. So we're going to go back up there, and I think she saw it though. She knew about the embroidery because I told her in March when they decided to go on and get married legally. I said, well, you know, if you look at my Instagram, that's your wedding present. And then she's down here. I got to show it to her in person, so she was super excited about that. And then my husband posted this on his Chisholm Trail Leather, Custom Leather Facebook page, I think, and because she knew this was hers, so she knew it was hers, and she said she was in tears because, you know, I gave her this part and he gave her this part. So pretty exciting. That to me, this is a dang special wedding present. I mean, everything about it is handmade, and he's going to put a hanger on the back. He said he's got a few little touch-ups that he's got to do, and I still got, I noticed some of the blue from my embroidery pin, the blue one that erases with water, didn't completely erase. Obviously you can't really see it. I can see it, so I've got to work a little bit on that, but other than that, I think it's beautiful. And now he needs to make me one for my illuminated manuscript. Just saying, Mama needs it. Alright, so that was the man cave. My medieval site. Don't laugh. Ugh. Preserved lemons. Oh yeah, preserved lemons. This is awesome. And I'm going to sit it down and then tell you about it. Okay. Alright. So Cook's Guild was Wednesday. And their class was how to preserve lemons and other preserves too. We did, he showed sauerkraut and some pickled green beans. So it was really cool. But all you do for the preserved lemons and misfits, Hanan, this is how you do it. I'll answer your question too online that you asked me. But anyway, all you do for preserved lemons, but let me tell you what you get before I tell you how to get there. At the end of it, when it's all done, you get this super intense lemon flavor without that bite, that sour, oh, make you pucker attitude, facial thing, you know. Just good lemon. And you can use the gushy parts, and you can use the rind for whatever you want to do with it. You're thinking, well, what do you want to do with it? Well, it brightens up dishes for one. You can add it to sauces, and it'll give that it'll brighten your dish up. you can add it to fish. I was talking to Kelly, and he was like, I said, Sarah really loves lemon on her fish. And I said, I think she'd love this on her fish. And he goes, yeah, think about it. Mix it up with some sour cream for your fish. It'll be delicious. So he puts it in his gravy to brighten his gravy up. It's just a condiment. So if you love lemons, this is going to be wonderful. And everybody else just brought normal jars. Of course, I have this big-ass jar. And I have that big-ass jar because when it all gets said and done, I want to make little jars and give it as gifts. So you know when it's done, when you don't see any more of the white pith. So I actually need to get another lemon and put it in here because I have some stuff above the liquid line. But I ran out of lemons when I did it. So I'll just go get a couple more lemons, cut them up, and put them in there. So how you do this is you'll put a layer of salt. Don't use table iodized salt. Use kosher salt, sea salt, something like that. So you put a layer on the bottom, thin layer, just cover the bottom. Don't, make a layer, just cover the bottom. And then you cut your lemons and you quarter them. And you start throwing them in there, and then you squish, and then you add a little bit more salt, add more lemons, squish, squish, squish. And that is it until you get to the top of your jar and you've got it squished, and everything, all the goodies is under a liquid layer. Then you've got enough in your jar. And you seal it up, you set it on your counter, and you let it do its thing. When it gets done, you put it in the refrigerator. It'll last for a very long time. His jar that he brought down is over a year old, and we all sampled out of it, and it was very lemony, it was good. If you need a lemon essence in anything, that would be just amazing. Now, it is preserved with salt, but it's not over salty either. So it's just one of those preserved things that are just, to me, amazing and wonderful. So that's my medieval side for this week. I should have filmed a little bit more then. I took some pictures, and I don't think I put them on my Instagram. I put them on my Facebook page of different times during the night, but I should have videotaped it, but I didn't. There was 17 people in my kitchen. Luckily in my kitchen I have a window too, so you can stand in the front room and look over into what he's doing. So I love that window because I never feel like I'm out of the conversation because of that window. So preserved lemons, that's what I did. Mania vlogs. I'm enjoying the Mania vlogs. The one that I watch and look for is out of Australia, and it's Stitchin' Quilter. She's done very good about every day starting that start and then bringing you through the day at different times. So every day you see what she's done with that one little piece. I am so enjoying it. I been waiting for Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World and Gigi for an update, but I haven't seen an update. I hope I just haven't missed it. If y'all happen to listen to my channel, then let me know if it's up and I've just missed it. I go into my subscriptions and I look and I haven't seen anything. That doesn't mean anything. I could overlook something real quick. That's me. But Stitchin' Quilter, I gave her a shout out last time I filmed. I am really enjoying what she's doing. And then she has little blurbs in there with her cat. She called the cat a floss thief one day, and it was really cute because he actually did steal her floss. But I love watching her. She's very entertaining, and I love watching to see her progress and how she's going with it. I do have some shout outs. I don't know if I can really say a lot for what they've done because I didn't write that down. If I can remember as I go, I will try my best. If I don't, please forgive me and know that I enjoyed your videos and I liked what you were doing, or I wouldn't have wrote your name down here. So, Victoria's Creative Crafts. She cracks me up. She's got an accent that I love. I think she's from Georgia. She drives a school bus. She does some really cute. Her mania is smalls, and I'm enjoying watching her whenever I see her pop up. So, Victoria's Creative Crafts. So, and of course I'll do all the normal stuff. Melanie Smith, which I talked about a little bit earlier, from Yarns and Threads. Good Lord. She does just a little bit of everything, and blew me away that her husband was into sourdough. That thrilled me. So run over to her channel and give a look and watch a few videos because she's amazing and you're going to love her. Mary Cat Stitches. She did one piece she did that I remember as a flag, and I don't remember what pattern or anything, but the flag is beautiful, so check her out. Critter Stitcher. River Stitcher Bland, Harriett Basham, and Adelaide's Cottage. Those are the ones that just some of the ones I watched these last 2 weeks. I wish I would have been better about writing down some of the things. So I feel bad that I didn't write some of them down, so I'm going to say them again just so you can hear your name if you watch my channel. Critter Stitcher, River Stitcher Bland, Harriett Basham, and it's B-A-S-H-A-M, Basham, and Adelaide's Cottage. So they are some wonderful floss tubes. Run over, give them some love. All of us floss tubers need some love. Let me see. I'm caught up on all my giveaways that I gave away. They're all mailed out. They're gone. So I will probably be rearing up to do another one. Because, you know, I just like to do giveaways for no particular reason whatsoever. It's like, let's do this. Or guess what movie I stupidly tried to imitate, or something goofy like that. So I actually think that I am finished. I'm looking around to see if I forgot anything. I do not think I did. So I'm going to say to you now, oh, wait a minute. Daisy, get up here with me so you can say it too. Ready? Okay. Look this way. Look this way. Okay. Put some thread in a needle and get to stitching. We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Love you all.